I finally did it, you guys. I tracked all of my expenses for the month of January. This is my first time tracking every single day and categorizing all of our expenses. I've always done it in previous months, but I could never complete the damn month. So yeah, I finally did it. Here's every expense color coded, and I didn't do weekly check-ins for week 3 and 4, so I had to catch up. So I ended up using Excel, and I'm going to share it on the screen here. So in total for auto care, we spent $47. For all of my expenses, I totally went over budget, over about $500 because I bought another Cricut. And then Ricardo only spent $86.37. It was for an external hard drive for his Xbox. For birthdays, I'm going to combine all of our envelopes together so that the individual ones can be for the kids' allowances and for my allowance and Ricardo's allowance. Bulk drinks, which is a new category, we spent almost $112. And this is why I wanted to separate this category from groceries, because we would spend a lot of on groceries in theory on paper, but I knew it wasn't just groceries, it's drinks. We spent $80 from our date night envelope. We spent $414 eating out, which was anticipated. I anticipated $400. And then I also added another category called food with family, because again, with groceries and with eating out, we always went over budget, and I wanted to know why. So the reason why is because when we go out to eat with our parents or my brother or his brothers, we usually pay the entire bill. So this one was pretty low for the month. It was only $93. And then we have gas, which I anticipated $280. This month we went just above that at $290. Next month, Ricardo is not gonna work at the Brisket House anymore, so he won't be driving from Houston to Deer Park. So that is gonna be much lower. For gifts, it's super high this month because we bought his dad some custom plates that ran us $495. So total for gifts is $721.51. And then we got girls/clothing. Basically, it was stuff for Evelyn, and the $25.96 was for pump parts that I needed for Valerie. So that was a total of $40. And then groceries, which also was budgeted at $400, we spent $341. Gymnastics was $630, and we split it 3 ways for a 3-way payment. But then we bought her a leotard as well, so that is $223. For healthcare, we spent $30. HOA was our annual HOA for the new house, so that's $400. Home care, we spent $123. That was for some bricks that we put in the backyard because pretty much our dogs messed up our yard. We have a bunch of holes back there, and some paint for the front of the house. Then we spent $56.48 on household items. Our puppies, we spent a total of $72. And for photography, we spent $44 for the family photos with my parents. And finally, I spent $20 on shipping the giveaways. So that is our recap for January. In total, we spent $3,754.09 for a weekly average of $750.82. So that doesn't include our utilities and our mortgages, the monthly HOA that we pay for the townhouse. Hey guys, it's February, but I'm gonna go over our January recap. So I typed this up, but I wanted to write this out with y'all. Just pen and paper, simple as it can be. Month January, I got paid 3 times. My budget for every paycheck is $1,200, and then Ricardo gets paid $1,900. So the real numbers are $14.95.67. 18.16.67. That's funny that the cents are the same. 13.43.34. $1,944.62. Just rounding away, huh? Okay, and then our stimulus check, we got $1,200. We got our $1,500 from the rental, and we ended up getting $922. It should be $26.94. So in total, we were budgeting $11,000, and we ended up with $11,570.57. Yeah, so this is my first time like doing this with y'all without pre-work. I wanted to be more, not genuine, because I feel like I've been genuine, but work my budget with y'all more rather than like having everything prepared, and try to talk it out more with y'all. So the reason why I did this setup was because every time we get a paycheck, we put into savings. It's like automatic savings. So from my checks, we automatically save $400 every time, because I see it as like putting into my daughter's college fund. We haven't opened a 529 yet, but I plan to. So what I call this is the Rory account, because it's Rory's den account, and we put $400 automatically into that account. I don't even see that money. It comes straight from my check from my company, because my company lets us split our checks into 4 different accounts. And then for Ricardo's check, we put 10% into savings, which essentially goes to our insurance savings, because our insurance bill is the highest bill that we have, since it's due every 6 months to get the biggest discount. So 190 goes into that. So I'm just gonna call that insurance. And then Evelyn again gets 400. I need to open another account for Valerie. And we will do that. From the stimulus, we didn't save any of that money. We planned to open Valerie's account with that, but we had to pay for some expenses that we made this month, some bigger ones. Rental income, the $1,500 essentially goes to the $1,480 that y'all see here. And the only other thing that we automatically save is I put $300 per my check to our credit union checking account, and that's $600 that goes towards the Tacoma payment, which is only $562.09. So the difference, the $37.91, goes into our like regular savings account in the credit union. And that stands for Resource One Credit Union. So in total, we saved $1,617.91. Okay, so now down to the expenses. We have a lot, but I'm gonna try to get them all on the same page just to like keep it neat. So for my in-laws, his parents' mortgage and principal, we paid $500 towards the mortgage, and we paid $1,099 towards the principal. So let's see how much. Oh, that's easy actually. So we budgeted $1,000, but we paid $1,599 because 500 of that went towards the regular payment, and then we made two separate principal payments, one for $555 and one for $544, for a total of $1,599 here. And then we have our mortgage at the townhouse, so that's $80.73, and HOA, which is monthly because it's a townhome. It's always the same, $1,480, and that's essentially this $1,500 paying that. Then we have our new house, 10722. And this is also always the same. We haven't started paying any extra because our main focus is to pay off the trailer. Due to it being such a low amount, we only have $2,700 left to pay, and also it has the highest interest rate. So for our bills, we have electric, gas, water, budgeted $200. Let me get my calculator. So the three expenses were $65.74 plus $80 plus $28.98 for a total of $174.72. Then we have our AT&T bundle. This includes 5 cell phones and internet at our in-laws, which usually is $340. Came out to be $338.45. See, on this Excel sheet, I wrote down like dining out, groceries, but I figured all that out on the other spreadsheet that I'd already showed y'all, so I wanted not included in this summary here. So then there's Netflix, $14.06, and it stayed consistent, $14.06. We have Pingu, which is Evelyn's swimming class. I know that's kind of confusing because I put gymnastics on the other one, but the reason why I put Pingu here is because it's a monthly expense, whereas gymnastics we did 630 divided by 3 for 3 payments, but those classes last until May, so that's why it's on the other spreadsheet I showed y'all. So this one is $151 because we also pay for her cousin. we paid $800 towards the personal loan. Progressive is Ricardo's motorcycle. It's been $22.84 like for the past year, so it's been pretty steady as well. I usually put Shell here, and this is another one where I have it here, but I had to fix it on the other spread. Then we have Synchrony, which is our credit card for our mattress, and it's 0% until 2024, so we'll make sure to pay that off before the interest kicks in. The Tacoma is $562.09. Verizon, which is 2 cell phone bills at my parents, $150, and then we paid $150.18. And then lastly, we have Xfinity, which is the internet at our house, and that came out to be $77.99. This one hasn't been consistent yet because we just moved here. So originally this column had the amount that zeroed out this amount when we subtracted savings and sinking funds and our monthly expenses, but since I did a couple of these in the other spread, it didn't like work out again. But you know, like a lot of us are watching these videos, we're learning how to budget, and that's why I mentioned earlier that I'm gonna like figure this out with y'all. So if I add up all of these amounts, I had added an additional savings of $51.51 just so that it could round out, but I'm not gonna do that because that's not actually what happened. I'm gonna go back to our old sheet with all the actual expenses. I'm gonna add these up and see how much we actually spent. $6,448.83 plus 16, 17, 91, 8,000 plus, let's see the numbers on this side, 3,754.09. Okay, so I knew this was gonna happen. You see how this number is higher than this number? The reason why that is because we always pay our mortgage with our previous month's money. So like right now we have the money sitting in our account enough to pay for February's mortgage, if that makes sense. I think that's why I'm so hesitant in like sharing this, because the numbers don't like add up and isn't perfect, but I needed to get over that and show y'all like it's not always perfect and it's ever revolving. Things are always changing because you might cancel a subscription or you might add one or whatever, you know, like we spent $700 in gifts this month, and that's not, you know, a typical expense. So yeah, it's not perfect, and I know it's never gonna be perfect, so I just need to get over that and do this more often with y'all. And then the more often I do it, the more comfortable I will be with sharing all this and not trying to, you know, make everything perfect every time. So that's why I just decided to do pen and paper this time, like really just write everything out. I'm just so like happy that I put everything in the tracker, you know. So this is, if y'all are new, this is the way I track my expenses, and it's been going really well. I spent, I don't know, $7-8 on this. It's a mini skinny happy planner, and I really like it because it starts on a Monday, ends on a Sunday, and I've been doing really good. I've been writing down all of our expenses in here. And then after I did all this, then that's whenever I brought out the stickers to put in our planner, our monthly planner. And today we went to Cane's. So I am doing really good with keeping this with me at all times and making sure I fill it in. I still haven't mastered using the cash envelopes, but I'm doing a lot better. So this is what I used for January, and for February I'm going to do something different. I got some stickers from Pyramid Paper as a gift from Swin. Thank you, Swin. And so I'll be laying those down with y'all in another video. But essentially, we spent $37.50 in variable expenses, and we spent, oh, I should have wrote that total down. Let me do that right now before I forget. Does it bother you? I didn't put a dollar sign. It bothers me. Okay, so yeah, essentially 6,500 in fix and 3,750 in variable. Again, a lot of these I'm having difficulty in, like, does this go here or does it go on the other ones? Does that one go on there or does it go on this one? Because originally on this list I had groceries, I had eating out, I had the HOA. But see, the HOA is a sinking fund because we only pay it once every January. So yes, I know I could like write that here, but given the weekly expenses and how I had it listed where you saw previously, I wanted it that way, so that way I can see, you know, the its and bits and pieces and where our money went. But yeah, in the end, I'm super happy that I got this done. I know that I'll only get better at it, and I'm excited to track February and see where we could do better. I know I've seen other people do videos on like spending 70% of your income and going down all the way to 50. I'm not sure if we're capable of doing that because I would like to just put all of our money into paying off our debt. I finally posted on Instagram how much debt we had left, and I'm freaking happy because I've been wanting to do it for all of January, and I finally got it done today. So we're down to just under 238 grand, and it's exciting. So I finally did this debt reduction calculator that the Budget Mom made a video about a couple years ago, and I really like it because you can list all your debts. So here's all of ours. So First Bank is his parents' trailer, townhouse is the one we rent out, new house is the one we're living in, Forerunner is my car but my parents pay it, which is kind of why, like, I take over the phone bill, I take over the auto insurance, I used to take over their internet, but since we got internet at our place, I stopped. So that's why, if you think like all of these bills are a lot, like my car bill would have been $550, and it kind of is like the same. Tacoma is Ricardo's truck, and then my personal loan. I really like this because you could, you know, customize this in whatever order you want it to be in. But the way I did it was I put 0% for Forerunner and for the personal loan because I didn't want the Forerunner to be calculated into where we add the Snowball. So this is the rundown. If we were to pay $555 extra and then we snowball it. So here's the example where we put $555, which is the first extra debt payment I made in January. And if we did that, we could be debt free by August 2025, which is totally doable. But whenever you see these numbers on the next page, you're gonna be like, what? But it's true. Like, we have the money, we don't, you know, put it all towards debt. But if we did, then we could pay it off quicker. So in this example here, if we were to pay $555 a month extra to the trailer, we could pay it off by May 2021. But see, like I mentioned, we paid $555 in the beginning of January, and then we paid another $544 at the end of January. So we're already down to $2,500 for the trailer. So we don't even need to go this far. Maybe by April, even March, we can pay it off if we really throw everything at the trailer. Here is the beginning that we had owed in the beginning of January, but again, it's $2,700 now. So I think it's doable. I think we can do it in the next couple of months. And then next is the Tacoma. If we were to go by the Avalanche method, because his interest rate was a little higher. My Forerunner technically was like 4 or 5% too, but I'm not including that because I want to just pretend like we're not going to make any extra payments towards it. And then our townhouse, we have about $50,000 left on it. It's at 4.125%. So if we finish paying off the trailer and we put that additional $1,000 or $1,000 whatever towards the Tacoma, we could pay it off by April 2022. I'm in a debate on whether we should pay off the car first or the townhouse first, because at first I didn't want to pay off the Tacoma because I felt like, oh, if you total the car tomorrow, then that's no value to us, kind of thing. But I kind of want to do it just so that we have all that extra, that snowball towards the townhouse, and we could pay the townhouse off by March 2023. But see, if you look at these $3,000 payments, you just feel like, oh my gosh, that's a lot, compared to the $1,000 that we originally paid. Our townhouse mortgage is only like $850. We just add that $150 principal every month just to round it, and then that money will go added on to our new house, and we can get it paid off by August 2025. I know it's a little confusing, but I really like this on the Excel on my computer, so I printed it out. It's nice to physically see, like what months you can pay things off on. And again, I put 0% for the personal loan because I just want to make the 800 consistent payments. Sometimes I'll have to do 400, sometimes 500, just depending on how much cash flow we have. But my goal is to pay 800 a month. we had to skip December because of Christmas and everything, but it's pretty good. I think, you know, 6 to 8 months is doable, and it is a family friend that is not charging any interest on us, so I'm very appreciative of them. But yeah, if you haven't done this and you have multiple credit cards, I highly recommend you do it. It's awesome to see the numbers and to see your snowball. You see that? And then they also, I mean, I did it with Avalanche, but they also have Snowball. So you can go buy, you know, your $500 credit card all the way up to your mortgage if you'd like. Okay guys, that was a very chatty video. I just felt like I am never as thorough in my other videos, so I wanted to talk through this one with y'all. I'm prepared, like as genuine as I could be. But yeah, I think I will redo this video as a more efficient one, just because most of my videos are that style and I'm not sure if I'm gravitating towards those viewers. But if you have stuck around, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.